I am I am my tribe's servant. I've heard the voice. I cannot answer its call. The members of the Theud tribe are preparing to fall into sleep, and it is my duty to ensure their safety while they do. Perhaps. He was the only. But how could we find out now? The king is dead, and he's not coming back. This is our last chance to make a difference. How do you think you can help us? Can you do more than walk the weirdness? If that's the case, I won't stop you from entering. But don't you dare harm her. Even if you do, you'll have the entire Theud tribe against. As you wish. I won't make any decisions about the dreaming until you return with an.
It gladdens school to see you here, for it means we draw ever closer to Sonder. Behold the dreaming, our true home. When your arrival ended the vigil, the dreaming began. The final phase of our dreaming, Sonder is the moment when we shall become one with this dream. Forever, Sonder is also a place, deep within the lowest layers of the dreaming. There at last, you will. The world that withers is no home to us. It is a fleeting mirage where nothing holds, nothing remains. There all crumbles, without meaning, without. But the dreaming is eternal, and it has a purpose. The deepest of all layers, Sonder. Ingvi believes you may unravel the burdens that weigh upon some of the Theud. Without freeing them from these burdens, they cannot enter Mother's chamber, where each of us must drift into ever deeper dreaming, until at last we reach Sonder.
You, don't just stand there. Help me find Vilekin. I know that filthy swine is hiding somewhere around here. We have to find him. A filthy beast. A mongrel who tried to put his hands where they didn't belong. Oh, how I wish I had cut them off when I had the chance. But he fled. And now he's entered the vigil and I will not let him go any further. If he dares try to harm her again, I swear... Senya! I swore to protect her, but I failed. I chased Vilekin from her bedside, then from the tribe, but he still managed to worm his way into the vigil. I need to find him. As long as he's out there, Senya will never be safe, and I will never be able to join her in Sonder. Because I saw him. I tried to give chase. He cannot be allowed into Sonder. There is no place for the likes of him among the dreaming. His very presence would be like poison. Good. Bring me his head. Have you found him? Oh, thank Mother. Senya is finally safe. And thank you. Wait, who are you exactly? You look like an outsider, yet you entered the dreaming. Walker in the weird. That means the vigil was. I'll see Senya again. I do. I swore to watch over her in her sleep, and it has been an honor, but I miss her presence. She's so. Have a good sleep. Thank you, Walker in the weirdness. Now that.
Walker in the weirdness. You're here. Finally. You have to listen to me. I need to speak with Yngvi. But ever since the dream began, I can't leave this place. She must hear this before it's too late. That's exactly the problem. Sonder is a trap. No one can go there. Especially not Yngvi. Please, I'm begging you. You have to help us. The Giant Mother, the one we believe to be Mather, wants us to become her children, to surrender ourselves to her care. But why did we ever assume she was Mather? Our Mother Goddess was a warrior. She gave us the strength to stand against adversity, to unite against those who seek to And what is this dream, if not turning our backs on our kin? On the other tribes who still fight? Are we to crawl? Sonder is an escape. And now, I see if we flee into Sonder instead of standing and fighting, we are no longer Dalriada. We are on the verge of losing everything. I don't know if it'll be enough. Tell Yngvi that Rune reminds her of the duty of every Dalriada. The Giant Mother is not Mather. She's nothing but a weak, selfish wretch. I know my plea must sound desperate. If you grant my request, but if that is the only way to save the tribe...
Walker in the weirdness. I've heard the voice. I cannot answer its. The members of the Theud tribe are preparing to fall into sleep. And it is my. Ah, Luna. I suppose that means you simply must tell me whatever it is. He has told you, I hope, how much he longed to become chieftain. He tried everything. One of those attempts nearly cost me my life. But among the Theud, ambition is one of the gravest sins. That is why I was chosen as chieftain. I was the only one who did not seek it. Does he now? And he's only just come to this realization. Now that he's in there, and I'm stuck here. Let me guess. He wants to switch places. An escape. That is what I feared. I never would have thought you're voicing my own concerns. Theud, the forefather of our tribe, and mother? Who knows? Maybe we've given too much meaning to something that, in the end, is just another creature. Immortal and mystical she may be, but she still has her own goals. The difference between us is that I face my challenges. Taking him at his word would be naive. On the one hand, there is the on the other, my own doubt. Tell me, Walker in the weird. Some even scorn us, refusing to see us as Delrida at all. They've pushed us away for so long, Maybe it's time we did the same to them. Thank you for your involvement. My duty as chieftain is to hear the voices of my entire tribe, even those who are not respected, like Runa. You may leave me to my thoughts now.
Ingve has proven herself a worthy chieftain. She heard my plea.
You are the walker in the weirdness. You walk where few dare. I don't feel worthy of asking for your help. I need help. Not for myself, but for those I have failed. My mate Sidara, my friend Bodil, and I went to the Giant's Barrow. We sought knowledge, sign that we still walked toward Mother's dream. But what we found instead was ruin. Bodil, our companion, did not return. And Sidara, the White's touch took hold of her. She's no longer herself, not truly. Find Bodil. End his suffering. And Sidara still sleeps, but her soul cannot rest. They must be freed from this curse. Then, at last, we will have peace. We will join Mother in her sleep. Bodil's earthly vessel might still be in the White's lair. As for Sidara, sleeps in our hut, beside me. I feel her. So close yet so distant. Please, bring back my loved ones. Free their souls. Then, maybe we can find ourselves again. Join the Mother.
Etherum. Etherum. Mm.
I felt it. The weight, it is lifted. Their souls are free, and now there is only one more task to be done. You must send me to her. Wherever Sidara may be, I will follow. I know we will be closer to her than I have ever been. My body clings to the flesh, resists what the soul is, not because I wish to. Not hesitate. Strike true. Thank you. Let this
Ho ho ho, you're here. Munvarth knew you'd come, even before we headed to the Mother's Chamber. They call me Jarnsfer, because that's my name, Jarnsfer. That's why they call me. The Mother's Chamber, where we'll dream, Munvarth says, great black ships that devour the sky will take. Like that time he told me he brought me a... He's my friend, my raven friend. I mean, he's a raven. Feathers, wings. Well, not really him, actually. And, of course, I forgot. Damned useless head, and rip it off my shoulders and toss it into the abyss if I could. His cage. And the cage is back at my house. Not here, on the other side. You know, in the waking world. Sometimes I mix it up and forget where I even am. If Munvar stays in that cage, he'll starve to death. I left him food, but not enough to last a lifetime. Well, I mean, it'll last a lifetime. You don't have to rub it in. I already feel bad enough. Not only did I leave... Yeah, he talks to me a lot. And sometimes, when I asked him, he just said, but funny thing, he only talks when it's just the two of us. Not a chance. The voice in my head sounds like me. Like, if I think of something, Unvarth, though, he speaks differently. More like... Yo, here, and please. Did you manage to free... Of course. Hello. Did you manage to Thank you. And I can order...
Let the dream...
I have watched your journey, Walker in the Wind. I saw how you helped the lost Theud children face their burden, the weight that kept them from entering this chamber. For that, you have my gratitude. But I know you have your own purpose. Now tell me what it is. I will ask then. In your tongue, you might call me Moonrose. I was known as the Giant of Bloom and Ash. I stood beside my brothers and sisters as they entered this world, and I stood beside them when they faded into eternity, guiding them on their final journey. We swore fealty to the human king. Arthur spoke in our language, and his words were resonant, full of wisdom. He promised us an Avalon free of those who could shape reality through the weirdness, twisting it to serve their own whims. We helped him drive the Foredwellers back to Tuathan. We helped him because he showed us a vision of the world where all were equal. From the moment we bowed our heads, he ruled over us. After the terrible war, and so the dreaming. You humans cling so desperately to the waking world. Your dreams are fleeting. The Theud follow a path to end that destruction. The vigil was the first step. Those brief visits prepared them for a reality beyond the waking world. Nobody should fall asleep, weighed down by earth. They only bring fear and nightmares. And there are enough of those in the waking world. Because I dreamt of our meeting, Walker in the Weirdness. You bring change. And in the waking world, the human child, Senya, the keeper of my dreams, delivered the message to the Theud and their final burden. You have asked the Theud, then you have already heard the truth. I have not deceived them. Sonder is both a place and a state of... It is the deepest layer of my dreaming. When the Theud sink deeply enough into my dream, and linger long enough to... They remain there forever. Don't you already know the answer, Walker in the Weirdness? Is a layer of reality steeped in suffering. It happened to the Foredwellers. Avalon is no longer... Because we share a... Long ago, the Theud turned to me. For they saw me as a mother, until at last... Sent Elder Ingvi in turn. This is the nature of our bond. Both the Theud and I... The Avalon you know is falling apart. Your presence brought conflict. And that for a short while, you delayed the inevitable. Then let me... So you have chosen to follow the voice of the tribes and his fading hope. Gerfan, a man who so desperately wished to be a unifier, while I strengthened my bonds with the human children of the Theud. He believes tradition can be a driving force. That some things must unfold as they always have. But Ingvi's place is here, among us. And when her kin entered my chamber, she has no reason to remain in a world crumbling into ruin. All for the ambitions. Rebuilding old myths will not undo the inevitable. If you keep chasing it, if you keep digging up what was buried long ago, you'll find yourself...
Enough. There is no reasoning with the giant's stubborn nature. No matter what you say, she'll keep dragging you deeper into the labyrinth of her mind. That is why I ordered the giants to sleep. Their nature was... they reveled in strange manipulation. willing to wager their own lives, and so I speak. Whatever this one demands, grant.
I was wondering how long you would stay silent, letting the human whose body you stole. You have lasted surprisingly long. I suppose emptiness and oblivion have taught. Nevertheless. Greetings, Arthur. I am glad the moment I can tell you, face to face, that everything is your fault. Avalon is falling because you existed. Because you continue to exist. This is also the moment I accuse you of murdering my children. And the children of the other giants. Your human king got to know us well. When he ordered the giants to sleep, he knew that our children could not dream. Dreaming is something giants grow into with age. Having no choice but to obey, we left our children behind in the waking world. Alone, defenseless, condemned to the coldness of death. Riestra, the child I once held in my arms, never dreamed with me, but I had time. Enough time there. I will dream.
I have made many terrible mistakes during my reign, but I always considered what was best. I wanted to make Avalon our home, free from the plague, free from... I thought that my...
Your idea of what... As for you, mortal, yes, you need the blessing of the tribes to claim the crown, but you will have to manage without the Theud. I will care for them as if they were my own children. What kind of worlds were they, Walker? Were they open to all? Whether this is reckless bravado or blind faith in the king's promises. Our meeting ends. You will have to dream what lies beneath the king's threat. Without the... Leave now.
Walker in the weird... And you won't tell what she said? Do you want me to oppose Mother if my decision goes against her wishes? No, Walker in the weirdness. I will not allow you to manipulate me. If... Afraid? Aye, but now, as you give me a choice, down, I've always felt that Sonder was not. I envied Theud for joining One-Eye's rebellion. Getting to now I will have the chance to know real life. But I cannot be the elder. Perhaps I will join those who refuse Mother's call. First in my life, I don't know how Gerfan will react to an elder without a tribe, but there is a reason why the Theud made me their elder. My power, and on the battlefield, a skilled Theud is worth 10 Volker warriors. I know I will always wonder what Sonder would have been, but something tells me this path is not closed to me forever. If that would also align with Runa's claim that Sonder is a and that, in truth, if so, then when I die, my soul will await that. The Theud. We have long been divided between, or at least that's what we believe. That they were, to me, they were simply brothers who dared to walk their own path. I am still Theud, and I am young. I am certain they will be. My role as elder was to guide the Theud of, at last. Hard to say, but who knows? Perhaps this time we will grow closer to them with Mother gone. Perhaps we will finally build a true rapport. See you at the moot, Walker in the Weirdness.